welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn. Last time we played, we made it through the ruins of US Robot Command, which is all the way up here. It's now known as the Grave Horde. There we learned that the true extent of the Pharaoh Plague, and that there was a secondary operation that was meant to buy Zero Dawn time. That was called Enduring Victory. But the person who led Enduring Victory and the other people that were supposed to carry it out were absolutely horrified at what it entailed. But basically, it was throw anybody who could fire a railgun at the Horde to buy time. And it had to be people, because any robots they threw at the Plague would just get hacked. Hi, Floof! We were told by Silence that there is another ruins where we can learn more in Sunfall, around here. However, in order to get to Sunfall without, being picked up, we would have to destroy their comms network, which is located down here. So it's like, what's up, hamster butt? Or technically that's ferret, but so now we're on the approach to Sunfall. First, we're going to take a quick detour and take out this corrupted zone. Alright, now there's the hamster butts. I think that's actually the last corrupted zone we've got in the main game. Yeah, it is. Okay. And now we've got dancing Christmas hamsters. Floof is the master of emotes. Let's see here. I'm gonna want the sickness here. Oh, we're out of flares. That's right. We use them all in Final Fantasy X-2's finale. I mean, worth it. I'll take what? Hail Hydrate. Okay, fine. There, happy. Is apparently communicating through emotes, so this is going to be interesting for me to try and figure out what he's trying to say. Oh, corrupted behemoths. Is that all? Okay, well. Lovely. Oh, and there's corrupted rod It's 2. Lovely. Let's take care of you. Come on, come on. Run, 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 run. There, full health. Stretch! Okay. Fucking hell. I hate fighting those things. Alright, well, since we're here, let's go ahead and find that metal flower. Made a streak. Oh yeah, that's a 50. That's a big number. Thank you, Floof. Sorry, I thought that was part of the stretch. Routine. Like, yeah, 50 streams in a row. That. Thank you for that. Damn it, bunny. Now that, oh, 2 of them.
Looks good.
Well, not really good with emote or deciphering emotes. You should know my skill in emote linguistics isn't exactly.
Well, they're still
great.
surprised.
Oh, that was a dick shot. How about you and him fight?
Look at this.
Look, to anyone who's going, why are you just letting fire kill it? Well, it's not my fault that a lot of the dangerous machines are weak to fire. Okay? Alright, Metal Flower Mark II-H. I slumbered this spring morning and missed the dawn. From everywhere I heard the cry of birds. That the sound of wind and rain had come. Who knows how many petals then had fallen. Alright. And we'll go here. Just gonna fast travel there. Okay. Okay, so it starts usually where there's
A quick way down.
painting stuff. Here we go. Here's the start. Oh, also, Floof informed me of what one of the free games of the month is on PlayStation. So, I went ahead and got it. We will stream it eventually. But yeah, the Lego Horizon Zero Dawn. I've got that. I looked it up. It is just another retelling of the first game. It has absolutely nothing to do with the second one, Forbidden West. So I might stream it after Zero Dawn, but before Forbidden West, just so I can buy more time to finish up Forbidden West, so we can do it New Game Plus. Yeah, I would never have known about it if it wasn't for the floof. The nuked artifact, the Vision, 4 of 6. Tuktuk, falsely accused, exiled, and starving and cold. I faltered. This I confess. As the death chills overcame me, I lost will and purpose, and felt the bottomless callousness of fate. But then, a vision. I saw in my mind's eye an endless white plain, with only a single figure waiting. It was you. And I knew, in death if not in life, I would see you again. When the chills faded, I rose with new hope. I would paint my mark here for you, in anticipation of our meeting, and leave you this offering, that will never touch the warmth of your hands. Something tells me that the kid he's talking about probably didn't make it. it's down that way. Never mind. I have no idea what I'm doing. Pay no attention to the dumb behind the controller. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and head this way.
Sunfall. The Mad King Duran's summer palace. A bulwark of Carja might against the howling Forbidden West.
Thanks for the history lesson.
But they have no idea what lies beneath. We will learn much from this Aloy.
It's
That's
a
what
nice
I'm
idea,
hoping.
but what's the point? It won't bring us home any faster.
What's stopping the Outlanders from taking their payment and betraying them? Uthid owes us.
She's very pale. Is she unwell?
Yes. She's a fighter, but the fever on her won't lift. It only burns hotter. Her name is Shiana, my sister.
Isn't there anyone in Sunfall who can help?
We're refugees. We know our place. And there's only one healer in the territory. He's difficult. His soul is in shadow.
I don't know what that means.
His soul is in shadow.
Galiv. That's him. He's very clever, but he has little care for people. Perhaps the desert scoured it all away. Perhaps he was always like that. Either way, I know he won't help us.
Well, I'll see about that. Where would I find him?
Last I heard, he was patching up soldiers at Blazon Arch. Another border battle.
Now, out here are the refugees that were caught in the crossfire.
I heard old Bahavas is hiring.
They
couples to weed
lived
out
in
enemies
the
and
Western
traitors.
Karjan territories, but don't necessarily have any loyalty to the Mad Sun King. They're the peasants. And the peasants don't really have any control over who's running the territory. They're just kind of stuck there. So when the Shadow Karja took over Sunfall, which used to be a border fort, well, they kind of displaced everybody that was living there. And the more wealthier and well-off people that didn't like the Mad Sun King and sided with Avad, they were able to escape to Meridian. These poor souls could not. So when they were kicked out,
Might need that.
they didn't really have anywhere else to go. Hello. Christian. Where I work at the moment. Why not watch? This technically isn't Forbidden West. This is Zero Dawn. We're gonna get to Forbidden West, but we haven't gotten there yet. Thank you for dropping in. Yeah, I do like the the Horizon series. I'm still a little salty that Zero Dawn did not, or lost out Game of the Year to Breath of the Wild. Because Breath of the Wild is a Zelda game in name only. I mean, it's an okay game, but trying to do the open world exploration Assassin's Creed slash Oblivion style game kind of robbed it of its identity, especially with the weapon degradation. Since every weapon degrades, that kind of ruins Zelda's identity, because it used to be in a Zelda game you go to a dungeon, you get the unique weapon or armor or gadget from said temple or dungeon, and be part of your inventory for the rest of the game. Not so in Breath of the Wild. Also, Breath of the Wild, like Horizon Zero Dawn, has a before story and a present story. The before story is told exclusively in flashbacks. You have no interaction. You just have to watch it. And then the after story, well, there's not a lot to do other than the temple puzzles and, you know, survival gameplay.
Dust storm blowing in. Moves like water.
Yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn, it too is an open world kind of crafting thing, survival-ish game. But unlike Breath of the Wild, your weapons, you can upgrade them, but there is no degradation. You have to craft your ammo for them. And it's primarily a range-based game. Also, there are two stories going on. One, again, set before time, and then one set current. But unlike in Zero Dawn, in Breath of the Wild, in Zero Dawn, the before story directly affects the current story. And you actively shape events that are happening in the current story while you're figuring out the past story. And it's not told in flashbacks. It's told in real time through recovering holograms. You learn as Aloy does, and it's a lot more immersive that way, in my opinion. But I'm convinced the only reason why Nintendo won was, one, it was Nintendo, and two, it said Zelda on the title. Therefore, the loyal fan base and the loyal army of journos simped hard for it. Whereas Horizon Zero Dawn, which was a brand new IP from the people that made Killzone, I think. Because I think Guerrilla Games did Killzone. Let me check. Yep, Guerrilla Games. So yeah, the same people that made Killzone, which was I don't want to say a failed shooter series, because it definitely has a loyal fan base, and I do love the lore of it. But it was built to be a Call of Duty killer, which it failed at. It's also built to be a Halo killer, which it failed at. So, the developers of a moderately successful shooter series comes up with an original IP that tells one of the best sci-fi stories I've ever heard, especially a post-apocalyptic one. And it gets beat out by a Zelda that isn't actually Zelda. So yeah, I'm a little salty about that.
Ugh, just don't touch anything.
Alright, what's up,
Are you
Khalif?
Galeev? The healer?
I had planned to spend the day gazing at the lands of my exile and feeling sorry for myself, but you're not from Sunfall, so this could be interesting.
I came from the tent city there. There's a sick girl. Her brother told me about you.
The answer is no.
What?
No, I can't spare the medicine, nor my time to administer it. My resources are already spread thin, thin as the soiled cloths I have to use for dressings.
Why won't you help?
Look at it from my perspective. What meager goods I can get must be smuggled in. That's expensive. The behemoth's share goes to the military. Of course, there are the demands of the Citadel. Helis's kestrels are so prone to sticky ends. What's left, that's for the nobles, who can pay well for my services.
Look at it from my perspective. A little girl is sick.
I think we are calling to each other across an ideological impasse.
Okay, so this is the classic healthcare debate or moral dilemma. In a world with scarcity, who gets the treatment and who doesn't? Because there's never enough to go around. So on his side, the supplies he needs have to come in through illegal means and are expensive to get. And the only way he's not executed for it is by giving most of it to the military at or below cost. The majority of his earnings would come from the nobles because they can afford it. And again, in a world of scarcity, you have to make some sort of value in order to eat yourself. Like, in order so that you can eat, not, actually eating yourself. That'd be weird. So I get from his perspective. I also get from Aloy's perspective, a little girl is sick and is gonna die unless she gets treatment. And it's one of those things where you wish there was enough things to go around. But unless he gets motivation to help her, he's not going to.
What's stopping me from just making you do it?
I'd have to cause a situation. And you wouldn't harm the only healer disgraced enough to work for the Shadow Carja, would you?
Well, we've only just met, but yes, it's tempting.
And take it up with the Citadel. They decide who lives and dies. Nothing you can do would compare to my punishment if I use the last of my stock on a tent girl.
So we can't force him. But he's motivated with, well, shards in this case. Or valuable things. So instead of asking, what if I make you? It should be, What will it take, or what do I have to give you in order to do it? Because that's the language he speaks.
You're kind of an ass, healer.
There's no cure for a conscience, but in this line of work, I've built up an immunity to it. And yet, if you feel so strongly about this one girl, perhaps we can make a deal. My charity for a Thunderjaw heart.
That's not how charity works.
It is how deals work. You'd settle my debts for a while.
I already have the part.
Wow, we could already have a deal. Quickly now, let's salve your poor conscience.
See to the girl, and it's yours. Not before.
Oh, please. On my oath, this girl will survive to see our sad future. You and I shouldn't be seen together. Go on to the slums ahead of me. I'll find you presently. You do stand out in a crowd.
Now, Aloy was wise enough to tell Gleave, yeah, I'll give you the heart, but you gotta render services first. Because I don't trust you enough to give you the heart first, and then you do it. The heart is my bargaining chip. That's why when a service is rendered, it's always best to never pay up front. Or at least never pay fully up front. I usually find that the best way to make these kind of deals is pay half up front and then balance on delivery. That way, both of you, or both parties, are going to require trust. And if one party decides to screw the other, they can't screw the other fully.
Machine saw me.
Because if the buyer pays up front and then the seller doesn't follow through, well, then the buyer isn't out everything. If the seller delivers and the buyer decides, yeah, I'm not going to pay you the full price, at least the buyer got something. Screw you guys. That's right, burn. Yeah, before you guys start thinking that, you know, I'm siding with the asshole healer, no, I'm not. But I understand where he's coming from. I do believe in charity, but charity only works if it's voluntary.
I'll find a use for you.
And everyone's gotta eat. So by Aloy stepping in and paying for the healing herself, everybody comes out on top. Aloy can just get another Thunderjaw heart. She routinely does that. I mean, it's a slight risk to her, but it's nothing she can't handle. The kid gets healed, and the healer, jackass though he is, at least gets something out of the deal so he won't, like, if the Citadel goes, hey, Why did you use the medical supplies that were meant for us on some random peasant girl? We're gonna kill you. He can go, they gave me this. He can give that to the valuable thing to the Citadels, like, oh, well, we can use that to buy a lot more supplies. At least then nobody gets executed.
We trusted him.
The ceasefire. It's a nice idea, but
It's
what's
you.
the point?
Hello again.
I've brought someone to see your sister.
How did you... What did we do to deserve... No. Wait. I don't even want to ask. In case a shadow passes over and it's gone.
Smart boy.
She'll have his full attention, won't she?
Once I'm freed of other distractions, yes.
Don't get me wrong, he's an asshole who deserves a foot up the ass. But
Uthid a traitor?
I hope Bahavas knows what he's doing bringing in these Outlanders.
Outlanders being brought in by the sun, or the Shadow Sun Priest. Okay. And a potential traitor. We might want to find him.
Trusting delicate matters to savages now. These are desperate times.
You want to say that again, buddy? I could beat
Don't
the
forget to
shit
stock up
out of
before you're
you
on the road.
and make
Just
you
doesn't make sense.
beg for death.
Only the Have a finest little goods calm. here. See for The yourself. next, he's gone.
Alright, what are you selling? Pretty sure I have all of these. Oh wait, no, I don't have an Adept Warbow, Sharp Shot, or Hunter Bow because I have the Frozen Wilds variants, which are better. Okay. I do have all of these, though. Alright. But I will buy some of full health potions. And the normal health potions. I can make the unit, so. Alright, so. Sell that, sell that, sell that. Sell that, sell that. Sell that. Keys! Jingle, jangle. Alright, sell mark items. There we go. Alright.
If he
I should probably make more of these. Alright.
Now we get to see if your attack on their focus network was entirely successful.
What are you talking about? Did I crash the network or not?
In theory, all should be well.
Buy a traitor. Might be pretty uneasy.
Success. Welcome to the Citadel, Aloy. I'll check back with you in a moment. In the meantime,
is the
circulate.
ceasefire gonna put more food on our tables? I very much
Alright, this is the new Sun Ring. That's where the Shadow Cards
Whatever work
Um,
is doing and more.
do their bread and circuses to keep the populace entertained, so they're not concentrating on the fact that they have no food and that their lives suck.
matters to savages now. These are desperate times.
Outlanders, if you want to hear about today's bounties, head for the throne room. going to make any shards by standing out here. Filthy mercenary bottom.
Just don't touch anything.
I'll take the shards, even if it means having to listen to Bahavas.
I hear the Shadow Cards
I
are
hope
looking for
Bahavas
one of
knows
their
what
own.
he's doing. Should
Very
bringing
well.
in these Outlanders.
Well, let's... There's a Shadow Carja trader. I'd like to meet him.
By the glory of the sun revealed. Behold, radiant Edaman, the one true Sun King. The light in shadow, whose will is light and whose light is law.
Dude's a 5-year-old.
I command Lucius Bahavas to speak in my behalf.
By the will of radiant Edaman does the sun glare down mercilessly upon the traitor Uthid. To the hunter who brings his head to us shall go a bounty of 500 shards.
More prisoners than royalty, don't you think?
That's what I was thinking.
Love your hair. You and I need to chat, little huntress. The green tent down in Shadowside. I'll be waiting.
Kind of busy.
We both know you're no killer for hire. Uthid is innocent. So come see me while there's still time to save him.
So, the way in I spoke of is right behind you.
You've got to be kidding.
Not at all. And you needn't worry about the Kestrels. They'll be too busy acting important to pay attention to you.
First time in the Citadel, gotta see the
Alright, we're gonna do Trader's Bounty first.
ring from on high.
For the Kestrels.
Ah, they want
We
us
got
to see
Oseram,
this, boy. It makes quite an
the
impression.
Nuke, even Nora. But they are wearing exile face paint.
Nora, you have the mark of a seeker.
It's more complicated than that. I'm an outcast, like you.
Yes. I am Yun. These are the shunned. We'll take any job, but hunting our hated tribe, that's for free. Keep that in mind.
Why did they cast you out?
Murder. You?
Birth.
Yeah, I think murder is a valid reason to exile someone. And in fact, that has been a historical punishment for serial murderers when the society doesn't want to execute them. They just, you're out.
Conditions in Sunfall.
You come back, we kill you.
You'll regret not stop.
The food is from Dowager Queen Nasadi, little ones. Her Highness knows times are hard and helps when she can. Eat. Bring some home for your families, if you have one. I've heard whispers about you. Rides machines, fancy spear, delightful freckles. Some even say you have a conscience. How extraordinary.
Who are you? You're obviously not one of the Shadow Carja.
You done buttering
My
me up?
name is Vanasha. For now, all you need to know is that I'm a whisper of reason in this howling pit of insanity.
I know how that feels.
I'm sure you do. And so does Uthid. He's a good man, so naturally the Shadow Carja want to murder him. I've done some digging, and I think he's headed for the Green Climb. It won't take those mercenaries long to find him. He could use some help, if you're so inclined.
Who are you?
Stop being evasive and tell me who you really are.
Stop being evasive? You might as well tell me to stop being charming. It's impossible, but I like you, so I'll tell you a secret. I have friends in Meridian, and I like to do favors for them when I can. Uthid might be of use to them, if he survives.
Okay. Why help Uthid?
How do you know Uthid is innocent?
I'm excellent at making inquiries. Look, he feeds orphans from his own rations and personally punishes anyone who hurts the old or infirm. The idea that he would try to kill Edelman is ridiculous. He must have found something that can embarrass the priesthood. Otherwise, Bahavas wouldn't risk marking such a well-regarded man for death.
Okay, what's the green climb?
What makes you think he's on the green climb?
He knows he'll be pursued, so he needs a hideout that's both familiar and defensible. He once single-handedly held off an entire bandit clan in those foothills. My guess is that he'll fall back on what worked before.
I'll do what I can for Uthid. But what about you?
What about me what?
What will you do while I risk my life?
Useful things, little huntress. Look for 3 dead trees south of Sunfall. They mark the start of the green climb. Good luck.
If this ceasefire means we'll be getting
All
our
right.
supplies from Sunfall, I'm all for it.
Let's see here. We gotta head. Well, we could ride there and pick up these 2 campfires. I think we're gonna do that.
Sun and shadow. If you can't trust her, can you trust?
What's she called?
Shiana.
I knew a Shiana.
Alright, let's ride. Nope, wrong button. There we go. If I can figure out how to make it go faster. It's the A button. Oh yeah, for those of you who are wondering why I said A button instead of X button, I'm using an Xbox controller. Because this is on PC. Yeah, it might be sacrilege, but I just like the Xbox controller better.
Rode right into that. Three dead trees, just like Banasha said. Let's see if Uthid came through here. These tracks lead up that rise. Must be the green climb.
Doesn't look very green. Or, I should say, any more green than the surrounding area.
Foot tracks stop here. Time to climb.
like, okay, where's the climbable surface?
All right, made it. Where did you go, Uthid?
Well, there's this little camp.
Food scraps. I'll bet Uthid stopped to see if he was being followed. He must have kept going. I've got to catch up. Everything useful has been stripped. A dead machine. Uthid's been hunting.
Not everything useful.
Uthid's been gathering components, probably for ammo. Contacts, looking to scavenge.
Yeah, fly away, that ain't gonna work.
Alright, back to Uthid. Where'd he go from here? Uthid took down a Ravager. Not an easy kill, but worth it for the price.
Actually, Ravagers
Dead Watchers. More scrap for Uthid's
aren't as
stockpile.
hard as you might think. All you need is fire. Light them on fire, and that does a lot of damage to them. I think I found him.
The next one doesn't miss.
Uthid?
You're young for a bounty hunter. Or am I old for a soldier?
I'm not here for the price on your head, Uthid. I believe you're innocent.
Innocent? Come on, then. If this is a trick, it's a good one. You've earned your kill.
Alright, walk slowly. No sudden moves.
No tricks. Just talk.
All right. Speak.
I want to know what happened at Sunfall. What really happened.
All right. For weeks, each dawn in the tent city came with a new death. Always in their sleep, no struggle. The old, the infirm, sometimes the young. Those who couldn't fight for the cause. I should have realized then it was a culling.
Who would do such a thing?
They thought it was a curse, an evil spirit. But it was only a man. And a silent poison. It took time to catch him, but we did. We brought him before Bahavas for the sun's judgment.
Bahavas?
The High Priest Bahavas? He's the one who put the bounty on you.
Yes. He thanked me for my diligence, then had his guards release the villain. You see? It was he who ordered the culling. Then they turned on us. Should have died with my men, so their loyalty meant something. 20 years I gave to the sun. For what? Malice and murder? As for honor, sacrifice, true sacrifice, the kind priests and rulers know nothing of? It's all a fat joke.
Okay. Why not go to the Sun Karja?
If it's honor you seek, the Sun Karjas seem trustworthy. A little stuck up, maybe, but trustworthy.
Those Karja once raided your Nora lands. Raided every land we could reach. It was the sun's will. I did what I was told. Others did worse. But as their captain, I had...
Uthid, I don't care what you did. I can't absolve you. But the Karja are changing their ways. You could too.
Perhaps. Avad doesn't understand what the sun demands of its soldiers.
Perhaps he understands it too well.
Now you sound like the blameless Murad.
Alright.
I can believe you're a good man. But why go with the Shadow Karja in the first place? Why serve them?
Because of Itaman, of course. He was the one true Sun King.
Itaman's just a child.
Yes. An untainted vessel. I believed he was pure. But they used him. Used our faith. I can see that now. No shadows under a noonday sun. Bahavas didn't need to disgrace my name. I did it myself, serving a rotten throne.
Alright. Well. Let's at least get you through the night.
I met someone who wants to get you out of this. A woman named Vanasha. But first, we need to get you out of here.
What are you? You look like a hunter. You give orders like a soldier who's been out... Mercenaries. Think they'll all line up to tell me I'm innocent?
Should have stayed on the plains, Karja! The mountains belong to us! Kikuk's killers!
Yeah, I don't think so.
When we're done with you, you won't even leave an echo!
You didn't make it hard to be followed. Almost as if you wanted to go out in a showdown.
Not much gets by you.
We're under attack! I'm looking right at her!
I'm glad they recognize that I'm the major threat.
For the honor of the Karja!
Yeah, I don't think they're looking for honor. They're looking for
Now you
money.
like that? Move in! We'll send the rest as soon as they arrive.
Damn it.
Work.
Motherfucker.
Disgrace.
Up to you now, man. Rally! We can still finish.
Stay on the move.
Really? About that. Oh, you're on fire arrows, huh?
Judgment upon you.
Keep up the attack. We still got another squad on the way.
I wouldn't give a gun right now. Especially since he's curved to the right or to the left. if I get you first?
That won't be the last. Follow me. I've stashed supplies up above.
All right.
Up and over. Grab what you can while we still have time.
All right, well. I'm going to switch a weapon. Storm Slinger. Stop.
A robust defense is the most satisfying to break. All right, Marvels. We brought the priest out here, so let's put on a show for him.
Oh, you brought Bahavas himself. Cool. That'll make...
I know that, Hood. We've unfinished business, Bahavas and I. This will be difficult. I think you rallied to a lost cause.
I'll be the first
I don't
time.
intend to die today, Euthyd.
I did. But you're starting to change my mind.
You son of a bitch.
We'll down them swiftly. For the faithful. Victor.
Not bad.
To your left.
But my Marvels thrive on adversity. Step it
That's
up,
great.
boys.
On me!
Take the fight.
Don't give up yet!
I mean, if they're just gonna line up to get smacked. There we go.
Could shoot you with my eyes closed.
I wouldn't recommend shooting someone with your eyes closed, because then you're... That'd be extremely inefficient. Are you looting mid-battle? Yeah, I don't respect you guys enough to take you seriously. How dare!
That's the last of the Marvels.
Muhammad thought he had enough fodder to keep him safe. Now there's hope for justice.
Yeah, but where are the Nora?
Will you come with me?
Up you go.
This won't be easy. Bahavas still has his personal guard.
And you say that like I'm scared. Or I should be afraid.
Across there and we'll have him.
I had to come here myself to end your suffering, Uthid, and mine.
Oh, I'll
The
end your
Outlanders
suffering,
led us
alright.
here, and now that they are dead, their price is most affordable. But enough with needles. It's time for blades. Remove them from the sun's sight.
Alright, your funeral. So, guards here, yeah.
About to get
Just,
loud.
no, nothing personal.
Kill a traitor! Kill a Nora! The sun sets on your pathetic life, Uthid.
Does it though? I love how the Sun Priest is just gonna wait there, because he's too old to do anything. He's like, oh, all my guards are dead. Huh.
Whatever deal you worked out with him, I'll double it. More than double it.
No. I'm tired of this, Bahavas. The lies and the violence and your cheap scented oils. I don't suppose you'd kill yourself.
I had to. I had to. Prune the weak, or all the Karja in Shadow are doomed.
This solves nothing. But may the sun find some worth among your drying bones.
That was quite a fireworks show.
You took your time?
I was busy. What do you think happened to Yun Shund, the other mercenary band? And I had to organize passage to Meridian for a wanted man. Give us a moment, Uthid. Girl talk.
He's like, God damn it.
You've had quite a day. I never imagined Bahavas would blunder into his own trap. His death opens up wonderful possibilities. Remember Edaman and Nasadi, the Child King and his mother guarded like hostages at sunfall? With Bahavas gone, no one will be watching them. I want to get them out. And I could use your help.
Sadi and Edaman, huh?
Kidnapping the Sun King of the Shadow Karja is no small task.
It's not kidnapping. They want to go to Meridian, to safety.
So it's actually smuggling.
I've been posing as Nasadi's handmaiden. She's scared. For herself, of course, but mostly for Edaman.
Okay. Why help them?
Why do you care what happens to them?
Edaman is the Shadow Karja's figurehead. If he defects, it will remove their last trace of legitimacy. Beyond that, he's just a boy who clings to his mommy. He made a little grazer for me out of matchsticks once. It wasn't very good, but still, nobody ever made anything for me before.
Alright, what about Uthid?
What's going to happen to Uthid now?
Don't worry. You gave him a second life, and I'll put it to good use. He'll be welcomed in Meridian as a military advisor. Hopefully he can help Avad finish the Shadow Karja with as little bloodshed as possible.
Alright.
What's going to happen at Sunfall now that Bahavas is dead?
Oh, it will be glorious. The priests will panic. There'll be infighting, skullduggery, and backstabbing as they wrangle for power. Best of all, they'll be distracted. Bahavas, your life brought misery, but your death is a flower that blooms in abundance.
Alrighty, so let's say I do want to help smuggle Edamin to Meridian. What the hell am I supposed to do?
What do you need to get Nasadi and Idaman out of Sunfall?
With Bahavas dead, Sunfall is the easy part. I'll handle that. The big fuss will be crossing the border to the Sundom. Find my friend, 3 Tohuadiv near the Branded Shore. I hired his crew to sweep the path, so all you have to do is wait for me.
If this Wadiv has already cleared the area, why do you need me?
Contingencies, little huntress. Something will go wrong, and I need protection I can count on. You.
I'll try not to disappoint.
Okay, so basically...
The Nora said you would help me. Are we bound for Meridian?
Only if you want to go, my dear.
What choice do I have?
So basically, what's going on is Uthid here, he joined the Shadow Karja not because of any, you know, loyalty to Bahavas or hatred of Avad, or hell, even loyalty to the Mad Sun King as a man. He was loyal to the title, to the position. And as he himself said, he did not see Avad's coup as legitimate, because Avad used outside help. He used the Oseram. He probably would have been fine if it was like honorable combat, like, I challenge you to a duel for the throne. But he saw it as an illegitimate coup, and thus didn't follow Bahavas to Sunfall. He followed who he thought was the legitimate heir, Edaman, to Sunfall. But given that Bahavas is abusing Edaman and, you know, poisoning and culling the civilians that he thought they were trying to protect, he's like, fuck this, I'm out. And the reason why he didn't feel like he could go back to Meridian was because, well, he didn't see Avad as legitimate. Vanasha here, though, is going to convince him, no, Edaman and Nasadi are prisoners. They're being held hostage. They want to go back to Meridian and defect. So Uthid would be like, oh yeah, okay, well, if that's the will of the sun, then I'll go too. She just needs Nora help to secure the transit, so to speak. So that's what we're gonna do. Now, normally, the trade route from Sunfall to Meridian, you would either go overland down this path, down this path, down this path, into there. But overland is always longer and always more treacherous. So, historically, in order to reinforce the fort, the trade would go from here down to here to Blazon Arch. And they would go through the lake into Bright Market. Then Bright Market is a quick short jaunt to Meridian. But we can't do that because, as you can see here, this is held by the Shadow Carja. And they're not going to give it up. So instead, she's going to bring him down this way into this crevice here. This crevice conveniently leads to the shore, into this little inlet here. I'm going to take that and sail down to Bright Market. Hi Ross, welcome to Strem. No, we have not found out everything about Pharaoh yet. We'll find out more once we head underneath Sunfall here. Then we'll find out another thing once we finally go back and are able to enter the Sacred Mountain down here. And then when we finally learn the true extent of his crimes, it's going to be up here at Gaia Prime. So it'll be a little bit before we fully understand what he did. However, we do know that Pharaoh kind of unleashed the plague by accident because he wanted unhackable robots. Okay. He wanted robots that could self-replicate. Why? And then he also wanted them to be able to run on biofuel, so refueling would be easier. And then that went rogue.
None at all. I was just being polite.
Let's go ahead and switch that out for the Tripcaster.
Makes you think Avad will welcome me after I served his enemies.
He's a forgiving man. Just smile a lot. You can't smile, can you? No, that's a grimace.
All right, so let's find three
Nervous
Toad
about going to Meridian?
I've been a soldier for 20 years. I do not get nervous.
Not even around a pretty lady?
I will not dignify that with a response.
So those two are getting
Nora
married,
said
aren't
would
they?
help me. Are we bound for Meridian?
Only if you want to go, my dear.
What choice do I have?
None at all. I was just being polite.
Fine. I will fast travel. Also, another helpful thing is this fort here would have been a perfect spot to see this landing. That's probably what the fort was supposed to be. However, you see how we've kind of got this campfire? Yeah, we've already cleared it. So this fort's empty. Helpful. Go away. I don't want to fight you.
Low and quiet does it.
I know. Keeps on insisting on a fight. It's like, oh fuck, rock breakers. Fucking hate rock breakers. Oh, that one's on fire, so that one might actually kill itself. Still. Burn! Jesus Christ. Alright. Potions. Full health. At least rock breakers give a lot of loot when you kill them. For the final blow, and as it began to shut down, that in choosing to fight her, it chose death. Well, the thing about the machines, individually, they're not intelligent. They are about as intelligent as the animals and megafauna that they're based off of. They are programmed to do a task and to defend themselves if necessary. We'll soon later find out later on that what those tasks are, and we'll figure out what's causing the derangement. But yeah, the machines aren't intelligent. But no, I like the saying.
This'll last.
Okay. Ah, yeah, there's the Rockbreaker site.
Forget about traveling light.
All right. What's up?
You're 3-Toe Huadiv, right? Vanasha sent me. What happened?
I got hornswoggled, that's what. Vanasha batted her lashes, wiggled her hips, and promised us treasure. Clear a path for the royals, she said. Sneak past the garrison and skewer a few watches. Hardly a bother. Little did we know there was a damned monstrosity lurking underground. When will I learn not to gawk at skinny girls?
Why do you think Vanasha swindled you?
My crew came to Sunfall because we heard the bounties were fat. She offered us the fattest one of all, enough to retire on. It's my own damn fault for taking the bait. Should have known I'd end up with a rupture in my useful parts.
Okay. Are you dying?
So Vanasha needed safe passage for Nasadi and Idaman, but it didn't work out?
She made it sound so sweet and easy. Find the best path to the lake, make sure it's safe. What could go wrong? Turns out, a lot. Like bloody murder in the grinding jaws of a heinous death beast.
I just killed 2 of them. What's your problem?
Something attacked you from underground.
Skill issue.
Oh, you picked that up, did you? I wondered why the Shadow Carja didn't pay attention to the pass. Well, they don't need to. A rock-eating demon guards it for them. It tunnels in the dirt, breaks through the earth, and blasts rocks from its stinking face. I barely escaped. My comrades weren't so lucky. I might shed a tear if they weren't all cutthroats and cheaters.
Honor among thieves, huh?
Vanasha will be here soon with Nasadi and Idaman.
And we get to fight a third.
In the pass before they arrive.
You're not too bright, are you? Well, we didn't last long against it, but I'll tell you what I know. It has armor everywhere, a little less at the rear. And when it goes underground, it will lose track of you if you're quiet. You might even be able to keep it from going under altogether if you hit its big crooked arms hard enough. That's all I can offer, friend. I promise to look solemn at your funeral before I hit the bar.
Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence. Alright, kill a machine in the past. Or in the pass. Rockbreaker, fight, round 3. Just gonna set the damn thing on fire. Oh, wow, okay. So, let's set it on ice. You son of a bitch. Sit down. Okay, 1 claw down. Alright, Wadif. That's how it's done. You're in a dinghy. Do your part. If I have to listen to that rancid "Do Your Part for Zero Dawn" song one more time, I swear I'm going to stab out my eardrums before that melody can fester in my ear canals. It is not inspiring. It is not stirring. It is dreck that makes me want to kill myself before the robots even get a chance. I would literally give my life right now to kill the asshole who composed that goddamn thing. Ugh. Can't this apocalypse at least have a decent soundtrack?
We should appreciate these brief moments.
By the radiant sun, I can't believe it. I thought that evil rock chewer would grind you up. After that miracle, all we can do is wait. Vanasha will be here soon, along with a boat that'll take the royals across the lake.
Okay.
Ah, little huntress. Glad you accepted my invitation to play bodyguard. Where are your men, Wadif? It looks like something chewed you up and spat you out.
That's pretty much exactly what happened.
The way is clear. Can we go?
I like how you always cut to the chase. In this case, literally. It won't be long before you're followed.
Okay.
Don't be afraid, Your Radiance. We've got excellent protection.
And by excellent protection, she's referring to me, not to Wadif there. Even though Wadif did scout the area. You know, least we could have done is, you know, hid the bodies.
Oh dear. Here come the Shadow Carja, and they're very angry with me.
I'll hold them off.
Very noble of you, but when I start a fuss, I like to finish it. Not that your assistant isn't welcome. Wadif, get Itaman and his mother to the shore. Carefully. So it comes to this. I must say, after 2 years under the heel of these zealots, I'm ready to extract a little blood.
Alright, and this is why I picked up trap casters. So we're just gonna put that there.
Some traps would be nice.
That there. There. There.
Shall we prepare a little surprise for them?
What do you think I'm doing? There. There.
Are you sure you don't have any traps, little huntress?
Okay, and then I'm gonna put this here.
Hey, cover up there, behind that rock.
This here. This here. And then there.
Here they are. Let's make it hurt, shall we?
Oh no! Hey, exploded. Come on. Oh no, he
That was
exploded.
entertaining, but I suspect we're not done. More of the bastards. Get ready.
Oh, they sent their dinos after us.
Do they honestly think we'll let them win? Ooh, you're fast. That'll make... Let's try something new, shall we?
Got you located.
Well now, seems I worked up a bit of a sweat.
Alright, well, I'm gonna pick up my blast wires here. Alright. I think that went swimmingly. Oh wow, okay. Alright. Adept sling goes up there. Okay. Well, alrighty then.
I don't want to jinx it, but we might be in the clear. A bit late, aren't we, gentlemen?
Sorry, ma'am. The boat's waiting.
Damn, I spoke too soon.
This one's mine. Get to the boat.
You know, this time I think I might be out of my league. If anything happens to her, I will be very cross.
Oh, Thunderjaw! Lovely!
Turning back.
Burn! Oh, shit! Ow, fuck! Burn, bitch! Shit. Oh. Burn, bitch!
Lucky me.
Ooh. So yeah, I don't know what happened to the guards. I think they're dead.
Oh well, defectors can't be choosers. Let's get aboard, shall we?
It's actually an Osseron barge. You can tell because it looks very utilitarian and functional. Excuse me.
You've done a good thing. Maybe even ended a war.
Maybe. But my war just keeps going.
No rest for the wicked. They're weary. Also, doing this kind of solidifies Aloy as a hero figure for Edaman, because he saw Aloy take down a giant T-Rex that was trying to kill him.
Edaman, my brother, welcome home. You have nothing to fear. You are now under the protection of the Sundom. My protection. As is your mother, she will not be harmed. You have my word, law of the sun. Aloy, it seems I see your influence everywhere. You've done so much for the Sundom, and it will always be appreciated. You have my thanks. May you walk in the light.
Appalling. I spent 2 years in the Forbidden West setting this up, and the redhead gets all the credit?
I'm still getting paid, right?
You'll be lucky if I let you live. I couldn't have done this without
Or
you.
what, Eve?
When we meet again, I'll give you a proper thanks. I promise.
To be fair, Wadif should get paid. He did scout out a good spot for the transfer. And if it wasn't for the damn rock breakers, he probably would have been fine. Anyway.
Would you like to buy something today?
Not at the moment. The history of Sunfall. History of Sunfall. After the vanishing of the Radiant Erav and his cohort in the west, the Radiant Besotted ordered a mighty fortress built atop the Sundom's farthest reach. His luminance chose to build atop ancient ruins, reasoning the ancients must have seized upon the location for a strategic value. Of the ancients, their works of too smooth gray stone and strangely carved metal were collapsed or built over, and the catacombs sealed off. Only the stone ring, perhaps used for some unknowable ritual, was left in place, to serve the garrison as a training ground. Even though its builders and soldiers lived in fear of the land where the sun goes at night, the finished walls of the fortress were mighty and unshakable. His luminance and his high priest, the irrefutable Pashaman, named it Sunfall, under the blazing eye of the sun, and by the light it was good. None doubted the radiant besotted its prudence, nor denied his lingering hope that his brother might one day be sighted again. But no great threat would come from the west in his lifetime, nor did it come for the next 3 generations. The record showed the men in the Sunfall fought many bandits and scroungers skulking in the Rustwatch, and a dangerous stampede of behemoths in the Long Burn. In time, Sunfall slipped from common memory, until the 6th year of the 11th Sun King's reign, where the radiant Marzid himself came to inspect it. In the desert heat, his luminance received a vision of an ornate citadel, with a dome of metal so polished that it would greet the dawn and catch the rays of the sun's last shining at dusk. At once, he ordered the dedication of the Sundom's resources to building the structure. After its construction, his luminance took the citadel as a summer palace, bringing with him many members of the Sun Court, nobles, and artisans. In time, Sunfall became a city unto itself, and the source of great works such as the Passion of the Tall Neck among the dunes, Turning Seasons at Bronzeflash, and the Lament for Cinnabar Sands. The stone training ring was repurposed for shows of pageantry, where young blazons or the Hunter's Lodge hawks could display the sun's dominance over the machines. Sunfall's prominence in the culture of the Sundom continued for the many years until the Sun King Marazid's untimely demise in the citadel he so treasured. For his procession back to the Alight, a line of torches was laid all the way across the day brink, so that over the days and nights of his bearing he might always go in the light. The departed king's brother, Radiant Havas, was occupied wholly with renewing the solidity of the Sundom. Of the old Sun King's passing, so too passed this chapter in Sunfall's history. In the early years of the 13th Sun King Jiran's reign, before the falling of his shadow, a particularly harsh season came upon the Sun Whisper Valley. Upon hearing that the storms could strip the very detailing off armor, he decreed that the strongest among his guards should be trained in the desert here, and named Kestrels. Indeed, Helis, who had become the most infamous of the Kestrels, was the first to survive his reforging by sun and sand here. In the 15th year of the Sun King Jiran's reign, when the sacrifices of the Sun Ring were judged insufficient to calm the derangement of the machines, he presided over the blooding of the ring at Sunfall. A trapped behemoth was driven with spears and spurred over slaves of the Osram and Utaro. When the beast turned upon the Kestrels, the Sun King stood and declared that the sun, in his great generosity, would accept the sacrifice of the faithless and faithful alike. So began a fearful era for Sunfall, sacrifices unending in its sun ring, and the citadel whispered of as a palace where no light shone. Many upstanding citizens of the Sundom were taken inside its doors to disappear as surely as if they had journeyed to the Forbidden West. In the last days of Sun King Jiran's reign, Sunfall was in the charge of his Kestrels and High Priest, no longer answering to the Sundom as a whole. It was no surprise, then, that following the liberation of Meridian, Jiran's loyalists sought refuge at Sunfall. As a fortress, it was impregnable, but cut off from the bounteous lands across the Daybrink, it was a city impoverished. And so stood the stalemate. In the first year of the 14th Sun King, the Radiant Avad, and so stood Sunfall. Once built to protect the Sundom from the shadow of the west, it now sheltered a worse shadow, the false Karja who dwelt within. Alright, well, we're going to go ahead and call it a stream here. We've got a quest over there that we'll do later. But I need to find a campfire. Oh, there's 2 quests. Well, we'll do those next week. there's 3. Okay, fair enough. I haven't really been exploring Bright Market all that late. Alright, so that'll be it for today, or for this stream. And as Floof is dancing in chat, our next stream tonight will be once again back in the Forbidden East, or the Forbidden Wilds of the East in Monster Hunter Wilds, where Floof and I are going to be fighting the Bubble Fox in preparation for my birthday collab. Then tomorrow, in Ace Combat X, we're going to show off the next aircraft on the list, starting with the Rafale M. Then we go to the F-35 Lightning, likely the C model, but it doesn't say. We'll know if it's carrier capable or not. The JAS-39C Gripen, the EF-2000 Typhoon, the YF-23 Black Widow, the YR-99 Fornius, the F-15 SMTD, and the Su-37 Terminator. Friday, afternoon stream will be late, if it happens at all. Reason I say this is I'm going to be doing some housekeeping stuff with Mama Raz. It should be over by 4, and if that's the case, then we will be streaming Dragon Age Awakening. If not, then we'll just skip that and go and just do Batman Arkham Knight Friday night at 8-ish. Then Saturday morning in The Witcher 3, we're going to head up to the Nilfgaardian garrison at White Orchard to ask around about if anyone's seen Yennefer. In Baldur's Gate 3, Carolina heads south, south of the Blighted Village to the Gladed area, where we'll find some info about, or intelligence about, Kaga and the Shadow Druids. And we'll also run into Auntie Ethel. Then Monday, we begin a new series, Final Fantasy IX. I have not played Final Fantasy IX at all. I know nothing about it. It's going to be a complete blind playthrough. And the next week, Horizon Zero Dawn, we'll do the side quests at Bright Market. And then possibly pick up some figurines and vantage points before we head to the ruins underneath Sunfall. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. I hope you had fun. And I will see you guys tonight in Monster Hunter Wilds. Have a good afternoon, everybody.